journey, and yes, it's probably time to get my hair did. But anyway, all right, so let's take a look at what's going on in the markets right now for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and let's take a look at the range that we're currently trading in and what I've been using technically for my entries, and let's talk about potential entries we could have taken. I decided to work out, eat, and then come in because I'm off. I'm off for 2 weeks, so I can do this. I can nap, and then I can I don't know, listen to music, learn more, whatever floats my boat. That's what I'm planning on doing. Okay, so first things first, as always, let's get into the news. So I have some kind of idea as to what the heck is going on this week, right? All right, so before you even like dip into any kind of charts, let's dip over to Forest Factory and then I can figure out how to make myself tiny. I'm gonna make myself tiny. Oh, what is coming for this week? I mean, it's Christmas, right? For all y'all who celebrated, happy holidays. For folks who don't, enjoy the time off. Enjoy the things that you enjoy doing when you're not at work, slaving away for the man or the woman. Actually, I wouldn't mind slaving away for a woman, but anyway. All right. So it's Monday, December 19th. It's about 10:46 my time. Uh, the only red thing on here is monetary policy statement for Japan. So I expect that will be more exciting for Asian markets later tonight. Anything for the US markets? We've got housing starts, building permits tomorrow. Nothing too super crazy. Um, Stuff that might mess with the Canadian dollar, core retail sales, retail sales. Okay. Anything red for the US this week? CB Consumer Confidence will come out on Wednesday at 10 a.m. And then we've got some crude oil inventories, existing home sales. What do we got on Thursday? Final GDP, unemployment claims. That'll help kind of gauge how much the Feds choose to raise interest rates later on next year. CB leading index, natural gas storage. I don't know how much it's yellow, so I don't know too much. Friday. Ooh, hey, PCE comes in on Friday, 8:30. That's always kind of fun. Kind as in the movement hasn't been that huge from what I've been seeing. All right, let's go take a look at coin market cap. So, oh, we're up a smidge, a tiny smidge, 808 billion. And I'm just curious to see who's been, what the last 7 day change has been. I'm curious about the losers, really. Oh, all right. Oh, we don't care about Luna Classic. They can suck it. Ape. Ape has been dropping. Okay. 24 hours came up a little bit, dropping again. All right. So I just like to look in here and see what's been going on, really. What is this XDC network? They've been doing semi-decent. Concoin. Ah. Wow, these guys, I don't know what they're about, but not doing too bad. Anybody I'm expecting? So all the big boys are, let's see what the last 24 hours is. Pretty red for the most part. All right, let's go see what's going on. I'm curious about what the Fed's talking about. Just overall, I'm just doing crypto Fed on Google. Reversing wealth effect is undermining crypto. Some fund is issuing a stark warning, so still pretty bleak. Crypto and high wages need to crash for Fed to beat. I don't know how I feel about that. Fed meetings show officials favor. Uh, and everybody can read through all of this stuff, but then just general crypto news. Missing from the debate about Binance proof of reserves. That is a thing, you know? Do we think Binance could actually fail? I mean, Binance US is different because, it's a smaller subsection of Binance, right? And then of course the whole FTX thing is still causing ripples. I personally feel like it's already priced into the market. What do you guys think? Drop something down in the comments. Now if other things like DCG, and different hedge funds start to tank, now that's a problem. If Binance dies, that's going to be a big blow. But I mean, it's not the only exchange out here, and some of these, and actually, that reminds me to roll back over to CoinMarketCap and go to exchanges, right? And I'm going to can't say the word derivatives, right? And they're now able to kind of show you which one of these guys actually has proof of reserves. I wonder if it only shows on the spot stuff. Okay, yeah. So Binance, they've gotten theirs. Let me see who did their financial reserves doc. Do they allow us to see? So there's, BUSD, USDT. It's a lot of that. Price of dollar. Some ETH. So they're holding on to ETH, USDT, BNB, BUSDT, Shiba. So maybe mostly coins. I don't know. There might be more to load. But anyway, you can come in here and check, if the exchange that you're using is looking good. Like I use BitGet for the most part because I like them. Nothing for Binance US posted. BitGet dropped their proof of reserves, and I believe it was looking pretty nice. Speaking of which, you know what? I'm being silly. Why not just search it, right? There we go. So they haven't dropped their reserves information, but if I do a quick search, get proof, they've actually dropped it on their site. Transparency as a priority, BitGet shows proof of reserves. I only care because I use them. I'm not shilling them. I get nothing for saying this. But, it's good to know if the exchange that you're using has the money that they need to cover you if, there's a run on the bank. And no joke, I'm learning so much about money lately that I'm just like, holy wow. Anyway, so it's Christmas. I don't know about this Christmas rally everybody's been talking about. All right, so let's talk about like my actual method now for looking through trades and things. And let me um pull up my simple strategy notes, and let me drop it into a text box on here. And let's just paste that in here. All right. And let's do this. So simple. I'm trying to go for simplicity because I think most of my stuff had too much going on. So first things first, check the news, crypto, Forex, factory, etc. We just did that. So yay, everything's still pretty bearish. High time frame trend analysis. So I've started to look at the 1 week. So we've just had a new week form. And do this. And that's hard to see. Let's zoom in. It's a indifference candle right there. It's indifferent. So I can't take my trend analysis from that. And we've got a bit of an indifferent, like price hasn't gone anywhere is what that's telling me, which means that whatever I'm going to do trading wise, I mean, it's probably just going to be within a tiny range, small scalps, right? And that means I can take a long or a short, at least from my perspective. So then I'm going to drop down into the 15-minute, and I've drawn out what I expect is my range that price has been kind of moving between. There have been some range deviations and things. The prices come back up, and oh my God, I'm so mad at myself, y'all. Well, okay, I'm not mad. It's a bit of a learning curve. And I had a beautiful trade um on Saturday. Had it open all day, and I let it, by the time 11 o'clock at night, I let it go, thinking maybe it came up to, it was like right over here. It came up to 11.95, and I was worried about this imbalance. I should have just taken it here, but I was expecting it to come up to about 12.03, but as you've seen, we've not been able to really crack this top right here. So We've just been kind of meandering along in this little space. Actually, adjust that up a smidge. Nah, leave it there so I have like a better mini target. We've traded above it a little bit, hung out, did some stuff. Anyway, so let's talk about strategy, right? And you realize that I've literally stopped doing a bunch of markups and things. I'm just trying to keep it simple. And let me delete this from yesterday. All right. So this line is denoting 8:30 this morning. So what I'm learning is that, once 8:30 goes by, find the low of the day, right? The lowest point from the left. I'm ignoring this because this liquidity has already been eaten. So this guy. So just to kind of make it easy, the lowest point was about here, and that's my sell side liquidity. So what I'm looking for, and like I said, I was working out when all of this happened. So what I'm looking for is this to break. So let's hit the replay button and see what we could have been looking for on that candle, right? And let's zoom in because why not? All right, so it broke. Just about double check. Ooh, and that's like a equal lows too. Beautiful place for price to be pulled. So we broke below this thing. And let's drop down to the 5 minute and just do an analysis, right? Because basically what I'm looking for is a break below the sell side liquidity. Does it form some sort of fair value gap for me to look for an entry to go in the opposite direction, right? If it does that, comes back into it and then pulls away, then I'm good, right? So I'm looking for longs in this scenario, and I'd be looking for a long to come back up into this general vicinity or, somewhere up into these wicks. So, all right, so 5 minutes, don't have anything. Let's go into the 4 minute. That could be a potential gap forming right there. Let's go into 3 minutes. So it's still a no. 2 minutes. Okay, there's a tiny, tiny gap right there. Let's see on the 1 minute. It's a bigger gap on the 1 minute. So it's a little bit of a fair value gap right there. So let's say I said I wanted a long from here. I'm going to put this just under here a bit. And then I'd like to ride it back up to, say, right about here. Approximations, right? There's this imbalance right here, and we have this wick. So let's go about there. How would that have worked out for us? Let's go into the 5 minute and let's press play. Okay. Wow. And honestly, it's a range. Oh, should have looked even further to the left, right? We still had a little bit more of that imbalance to eat. So you could have literally just aimed for that imbalance in the range, or just aimed for the top of the deviation, the top of the range, and just been good. And that would have been what, 1 to 2.91. Not bad. So missed that one. Let's see if this works in the opposite direction. So it's still after 8:30. What's the highest it was at before that? So looks like it's about here. So now I'm gonna set this as my, is that higher? That's the highest. It hasn't been eaten yet. Right there. So this would be my buy side liquidity. And this is the simplicity of this is ridiculous. All right. So waiting for it to bust past here. All right. Let's pull this back to there. And then now let's see what was going on. So did we get what we needed for an entry? 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes. We have this fair value gap all the way down here, but I'm looking for something up here on the 1 minute. And the fair value gap is a little closer here, right? So I'm looking for something to form somewhere up here. Like it's already busted through nice green candle. 1, 2, 3 candles to give me some kind of potential gap. Do I get it here? Let's go back to the 2 minute. Got nothing. So this is a potential area that's formed. a bit of a gap. So let's see, but my thing's not telling me, right? That it's there. So maybe I need one more candle. All right. So now I have a fair value gap right here. And honestly, just to confirm that, let's drop our FVG in here to test this out. Do you see it? It does not see it. Okay. If not that one, I'm also curious about the imbalance zones. Okay, it's just showing the imbalance, so showing the fair value gap. And my other thing is this guy. Imbalance, nope, wrong one. Not the one I wanted. Not that. I'm looking for my fractal imbalance fair value gap. That guy. Okay, so let me put this on. Show the fractals where liquidity might sit. And okay. Does that show it to me? Well, it shows me the fractal up here. It shows me the fractals. See the little guys right there? So change the colors of those things. Anyway, so fair value gap forms here. So then I, in my infinite wisdom at this point, could do this. And then I could then try and write it back down to the base of this thing. But then looking to the left, price hasn't really dropped below this level, right? Not a ton, but it could, right? Do we have any imbalances or anything that might pull the price down to this space? So, I mean, from this, we have this gap right here, this imbalance right here, and, uh, I might be something like that. I mean, honestly, the expectation is that it's probably not going to pop back up, so maybe I can be a little bit more conservative with my stop loss and try that for a 1 to 2 because this has already been eaten. Let's see how that plays out for me. Do I even get my entry? Let's see. Okay. So it came back up, ate all of this, and now I'm in. Let's see. Because this feels like it's going in the opposite direction. I wanted an entry here. So I probably wouldn't have left that order in just for funsies. And then, of course, if I was being cheap like this, then I would have been stopped out. But what I was looking for was a less aggressive move up to continue back down. So I wouldn't have entered here. I would have wanted that to happen, a bit of a tap into it, and then drop. And look how beautifully that did work, sans the other stuff. So honestly, I would have wanted an entry. Did it again, y'all. It's like an entry around the close of this candle. Actually, the close is on the bottom of this thing, isn't it? And then that, I would have been able to do this and then get that. If we drop it in the calculator though, let's see, what would our return have actually been for that? I love this thing. Can I tell you? Love this thing. So entry price, 1183. Profit, 11. I mean, these are short scalps, y'all. Short. I mean, the market's going nowhere, so you're going to try and milk it as much as you can, as best as you can. And for my tiny account, that would be good. 2.256. Yep. So, I mean, honestly, as the day progresses, I'm probably going to be looking for situations like that. We're coming back up. And now that we've looked at that, looks like we've right down to 15. We've traded back down to this level. This is the first liquidity run, so here's the next one that I might be looking for to be broken to the left of this. And take that off. And I'll try to draw it this way instead, so I just have it as a point of reference. So at this point, all I care about is if have all the stop losses been taken, keep not typing that I. Have all the stop losses been taken? And, do I see what I want for an entry? Now, in this case, we have this big wick right here. So let's move that. That's already been and gone. Already been and gone. So the next set of potential is this guy right here. I mean, they could come down and eat all of this again, like, because we are in the discount zone. So I have two options for what I'm looking for now, right? I'm looking for this guy. So buy side liquidity. For that, for a potential. So far price has not come back down to it. And then this has already done its job and eaten all of this. So my next area of interest, and let me make sure I plot this over here. Since I deleted it before, I want to just make sure I knew I already did that. Liquidity. Still left the eye out. Haha. All right. And then, so that's already been taken. So that's just basically stop hunts right there. Boom. And now my other option that I'll be waiting for today is for them to break past this one. Okay. I'm going to save this. Save as sell side. Liquid. All right. Save that. Did not. Liquidity. Okay. So I'm going to wait for that to be breached. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alarm, an alert there, and I'm going to set an alert here. And if they choose to drop below this juicy wick right here, so for another buy side liquidity, then I'll take a run at that. Can't type. Let's save as, so I don't have to type it every time again. That is not cool. It's not cool, man. Sell side liquidity. Okay. Oh, buy side. Sell side. Sell side. Buy side. Sorry, guys. Buy side liquidity. Save that. Okay. And I'll set an alarm mode down here too. And then I'll just go enjoy myself because I'm off. I'm chilling. I'm chilling like a villain. Chilling like a villain. Although I will say I have done some actual fun stuff today. Fun as in not really. Let's save that. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Watch out for the Bitcoin. Watch out for the Bitcoin. Don't judge me. All right, let's turn everything off. Let's turn everything off that would be massively distracting. All right, let's do this a similar scenario. Let's go check out the weekly. How are we looking? Actually, and we can actually clear all of the drawings out of here. All right, so man, we are chugging along with just nothing. I mean, that last week was ridiculous. Look at that. I mean, come on. All right, so we are starting off very red. We've got a red day starting today. So, I mean, feels rangy to me. What do you think? Let's look at the 15-minute. All right. So 15-minute, I'm going to mark off like 8:30. Actually, I'm going to mark off two areas in these, right? So, and let's see what we could have traded if I was up and about in this general vicinity. So before 8:30, what was the low that they needed to have broken, right? So there's this guy right here that they could have broken, and then we could have traded up. So if we look at it like that, this would have been our buy side liquidity, right? Oops. Let me grab a template. Boom. Okay. So that would have been our buy side liquidity that got hunted right there. And then let's also look at to the left, where's the lows right here. So that would have been the highest area, technically, would have been our sell side liquidity. Keep those handy. All right, so before that, could have been going ham, right? Getting our tradey trade on. So I'm looking for sell buys here and sells here. So let's take a look at what happened down here. Can we see what we were looking for with this candle? Okay, so again, we're gonna go down to our 5 minute and we're looking for fair value gaps. I'm going to turn on the FVG because I want to see if it's going to be able to spot it. But sees one there. Okay, turn it off for a second. Ah, the glass is getting foggy. A little bit. Don't judge. Ah. Anyway, so let's see. So 5 minutes, nothing. So I'm looking for a run past it and then 1, 2, maybe 3 candles to create the fair value gap so I can come back up into it. Let's see at the 4 minutes. What do you got? Nothing. 3 minutes. Nothing. 2 minutes. Nothing. Okay. 1 minute. Still nothing. Okay. So I'm going to stick with the 2 minute because I like that one. So let's see what's going on. So everything is nice and buttoned up. Price wise, it's not made anything. Okay. All right. So that's done. What do you do for me? Okay. Okay. Very juicy looking. And then it went up. So I would probably want to entered here because, oh, you know what? I'm being silly. You know what? This is why I still need to train my eyes to see the gaps, right? Because there's one here on a 2 minute. Let's see, 3 minutes. There's one right there on the 3 minute. So technically, let me see, the 1 minute. So technically, yeah. So there is the tiny gap, right? So you could have entered at the close of the candle that made the other portion of the gap, like right there. Boom. And set your stuff below there. Technically, I don't think it's, given the nature of these things, I don't think it's gonna come back down to bite you in the buttocks over there. And you could have ruined it back up to about there, where price last hung out. Or look to the left, imbalance, aim for that imbalance right there. And beautiful. Now, if I pop back over to the 15-minute on the Bitcoin, we are most definitely kicking it in a range. So let's pop that in here because I'm going to use that later for my trading. All right, so I need a lot of touches for this range. Well, let's see. How accurate are we looking at here? So if I use this level over here for the range, so a lot more touches around there. It's very choppy. It's general vicinity. 1, 2, 3, bunch of choppiness. Might move this up a bit to encompass all of that. So deviations. And then that would be the range I'd want to like trade inside of. Do I need to adjust the bottom a little more just to encompass more of this? Let's see. Get more touches. Boom. Lots of that. There. Okay, yeah. So that's going to be the range I'm going to be looking into. So honestly, I mean, I'm a newbie, so I would just be looking for a quick hit. And just for funsies, let's see what would this long have gotten you. Let's go into our trusty calculator. Let's get long. Let's get long. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm out of control. It's only like $100 move for Bitcoin. But still, useful, right? Okay, so this is literally what I do before I get in. All right, and 2% return, 2.85, 0.25. Still better than what I've been getting lately, you know? So that's what I would be thinking about. So let's focus on what's available now instead of what now that we have our range decked out. So we're looks like we're coming up on the base of this range. And let's see. So 830 to 8 this liquidity. Is there more to be messed with? So that guy is all the way down here that they could drop into if they really want to. Um, Honestly, I'm probably gonna wait for them to come back up, and they took that out, so I'm gonna wait for this. And actually, yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to be taken out again for sell side liquidity. There's also this guy up here, so we got lots of options to play with, right? So if they bust through this one or that one, and I go in there and I see what I'm looking for an entry, then I'll take it. They've already taken that guy. This is the next after that, right? Everybody's got their stop loss under here. And actually, let's take a look at that for a long, just out of curiosity, right? So came in here. Let's go to 5 minutes. What's that even look like? Because then if you came here, went in the 2 minutes, you'd have taken your long and been out by now. So the next option for them to take out is this guy. So what did that look like on the lower time frame? Let's go to 2 minutes since that's my fave right now. So they took out, so once this buy side liquidity was done, we had this internal one right here. They took it out. And then after taking it out, we traded back up. So took it out, it left, we came up, we left this line of liquidity right here, right? Because all this has been eaten now, right? So this. So I don't see anything I wanted for the entry. Maybe this little guy right here. Tiny option, which would have meant an entry at the close of this candle, literally, and then ride it back up to and plop it just below that, I would think, and then ride it back up to like the next imbalance or something, like so. And then look to the left. Is there anything else juicy up there? Okay. And is this, let's see what, it's a quick 1 to 2, right? Do we get, does it come back up? Now look, here's another thing, right? It came back to take care of this imbalance right here. So it gave you a second opportunity to enter into this trade. And then made another tiny imbalance in there, and then you could have just gone back in. I like this one because it kind of fits more into my narrative. And if I was being super conservative, I could have just, waited to this imbalance and took a 1 to 7.3. And then it would probably be even more because that's my entry below that wick, And just for funsies, let's see what that would have garnered us, right, for that long. You can just ride that back and forth. It's not something I'm trying to figure out how to do properly. That's why I keep practicing. That's why I'm constantly looking at the charts. I'm trying to understand the flow. And ranges can be really nice because then, when in a slow market, you can just go ahead. What's the exit? Oops. This is the stop. And this is my exit. 16,730.5 or something like that, right? Just 16,730. Perfect. So then I would have gotten 1 to 2.57. Position size doesn't have to be too big. Not bad. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna play inside of this range for the day and see how that works out for me. Let me plot back up to the 15 minutes and um, that's already been eaten. So let's stop that one there. And now we're waiting for this guy. And cool, cool, cool. This has been eaten, so potentially this one. So I'm gonna set 2 alarms. That ate that. Pop back up. Looking for these internal swings, right? So 2 options. Buy side right here. Okay. And then let me just clone this. There's this guy to be broken as well. So let me set 2 alarms. Let me set 1 here. No, I didn't want a horizontal line, thanks. Just need an alarm. Sorry, keep doing that. Is that what the plus sign does? How was I setting my alerts the other time? uh, Tell you what, how about I just do this? Move that over all the way to the left and set an alert on it. Why does my brain not want to be able to set my alerts on? I might. Okay. All right. I have an R. I have an RS. What is going on? Okay, I'm about to figure out how to do this alert business. Anyway, we're about 37 minutes in on this one, but you get the gist of what I'm looking for. I'm just gonna ride this up and down until. And look at these ridiculous wicks. It's very crazy right now. It's very crazy. Not to mention we've got this bad boy all the way down here to be eaten as well. So lots to do, lots to do, lots to do. All right, that sounds like a good time. I am off, so I'm probably going to be filming up here in the couch, chilling. I'm going to try and make myself eat properly and nap and just relax. So now that I'm done with this, I've set, or tried to set my alerts. I am going to, seriously, you know what? Is it because I'm in replay mode? Hold on. Oh, guys, what the heck, man? Oh, they already ate this buy side liquidity. I was in replay. Why didn't you tell me? Just kidding. All right, so they didn't like that internal swing. This one, they ate. Ooh, just ate it too. Didn't go very far though. What does that look like? Another 2 minutes. That have given me what I wanted. So it came, it broke it, it came up. Oh, hello. What's Oh, okay, movement. Movement, y'all. Live movement. You know what? I'm not logged into my bit yet either. All right, let's let that play out. All right, let's get on to the 5 minutes. This is fun. All right. Oh, going down. We're yelling timber. All right, let's see how this plays out because there's also this guy down here. So all this has been eaten, and now they haven't tapped this puppy yet. Let's see. Because coming down to the base of this thing, right? Let's see how this closes. Fun. All right, so while this is playing out, I'm gonna end. Actually, should we stay on? It's 40 minutes in. No, let's let this play out and then I'll drop like a screenshot of what happened and my entries and all that jazz. And I log in a BitGet so I can see what I want to do with my life. All right, so this internal buy-side liquidity, they said hell no to, so we just care about this one, which they're breaking very strongly finally. And let's be honest, it's still within the range. Still within the range. What can they do? So areas they can Oh, okay. Nice. It's not even that far. So they came to eat that liquidity right there. They didn't care about this one. They ate that. Question is, do we close? Because now I have the opportunity to potentially ride it back up to this imbalance right here. Let's see. They busted through. We gotta make some gotta make some noise for this guy. Whoa. Those strong moves you're gonna miss sometimes. All right, I'm gonna let this go and then I'm gonna see what it does, see if it forms what I'm looking for, and then I'm gonna enter in for my buy. Otherwise, there's the potential for it's a nice break right here. There's a potential and a nice break right here. Liquidity up here. So, like I said, shorting up here, buying down here. That's all. Okay. All right, guys. I know it's slow and boring. If you have other things you like to trade, if this might be a good time to do so. I like to take this time to learn, learn more things, test them out. So while I'm off, I'll be doing that, back testing more. Definitely want to look more into trading Forex and what it means. So I'll probably spend some time learning about pips and all that jazz. And I do have an account, a demo account set up with IGN so that I can use for testing purposes. So I'll probably do a little bit of that while crypto is being super, super lame. Oh, look at that. Look, oh my God. Look at that. Just zoom in on that manipulation right there. Let's zoom in on that candle. That's beautiful. Beautifully awful. All it's done at this point is eaten all this liquidity. Let me just plop this in here. Now, will they continue? When they go down? I don't know. It's about to be lunchtime. Looks like they're wanting to continue on down. So I don't know. What does that look like on the 15? 3 minutes, 25 seconds left on this candle. So I'm gonna wait and see it close because I want to know. And I might actually watch it from the 5 minute and see what's up. Because we have this nice break here of this entire thing. Order block right here, tiny bit of an imbalance up top. So if it wants to come back up, two places for us to take, two general vicinities for us to take a short from. Maybe eat most of this. And they'll definitely come back up to eat this. We're going sideways. And if you feel like this is some big kind of move, it's not. Still within the range. Until they bust out, let me go out to like the 1 hour. You can see it even clearer. Look at that almost. They've just eaten the liquidity under here and under here. Made themselves another short, another thing, and still hanging out in the range. Still hanging out in the range. Still inside of it. So be careful out here, okay? Trade safely, be wise, and do the things that make you happy, okay? I am now going to go downstairs, sit on the couch, and listen to music and backtest a bit. All right. You guys have a great one. Enjoy the Monday. Shakira, out.